From the time I was a little kid, and watching all the fishing shows from Hank Parker and Bill Dance and Roland Martin, and then you see the commercials of the boat not sinking, and it was the dream boat. I mean, I fished in little aluminum boats and stuff when I was a kid, and the Ranger is the most well-built, all-American, durable, what America stands for. It's what Ranger boats stand for. It's the dream boat for somebody that loves to fish and be on the water. It's the best there is.
Day one, this group were to start at about 4 o'clock this morning, and they're building 21 boats a day. So there's 2 halves, so that's 42 parts they had to build in an 8-hour time frame. And as you might expect, there's a lot. It's very labor intense. All of that's being taped off by hand. The very first thing we do is paint a boat, which is contrary to what people initially think. They think a boat's built and then painted like your car is. So pretend you're baking a cake.
Sure.
Okay? And he's applying a color, a specific color to the areas you see in orange. The other places have been masked off with tape to give it the contrast and colors that you see later on once the boat is pulled out of the mold. At that point, that's when we fill it full of all of that foam that allows that boat to float so much better than everybody else has done. But we don't just build bass boats. Like your Tennessee roots, you're used to Ranger being just a specific bass boat. You're at a bass tournament, but we build all shapes and sizes. If you fish out of it and it's built out of fiberglass or aluminum, we've probably got a model that fits in that general description. So it spent one day being painted. Now we're putting the boat together. What you see these guys doing, they're applying fiberglass, different layers, different types of woven materials. This boat was pulled out of that mold. And so we built up the thickness, and what you see here are foam tanks. Those are built out of fiberglass and then fully filled. Everywhere you see these patch covers is where we've injected foam into the floor of the boat. Okay. And then we cover it back up so water will never find its way into the boat. So if you can envision a top on this is the rear lid, the motor hangs here. So all of this is built up. That's a proprietary system we've used for many years to hold, we're asking quite a bit of this boat. It's a 500-pound motor pushing a boat 70+ mile an hour down the lake. So it's important that everything is built to a specific standard. Day 3, the top and the bottom are about to get married up, okay, forevermore. And you notice Julio and his team, see the yellow foam? He's putting that throughout the gunnel, around the cooler. So we've got a cooler that's better than a Yeti because we fill it completely full of foam around the boat before it's ever put together.
That's glue.
That's a putty glue, a Falcon glue, and then he's gonna trawl that out on the floor. When you're sitting in your boat, or you were that boat yesterday, where the steering wheel is, where your feet are, that's that area, just turned upside down.
Awesome. The part of it won't sink. This is where it happens.
That's right. All of that foam down in that center area, in addition to the foam around the top.
It's a lot of foam.
Yeah. So what he's going to do is lift this up, turn it over, and put the two together.
Amazing.
Yes, it's more scientific than people think. Now the two are together. He's going to go around and that rub rail will hide that area there. But it's a shoebox fit, more or less.
Like I'm in the pits at NASCAR.
Yeah, very similar, isn't it? And you see, now they're going to pull it all the way to the stern at just a very precise fit. See it lay over? Now we're at day 5. Okay. Day 5, and I like to say that back the area we just came through, the boats are all relatively similar. Certainly they've got different colors and they go together a little bit differently, but in here it becomes your boat. And what I mean by that is that all of these orders have specific instructions. Customization, if there's things you dream it up, our engineering team will try to accommodate you. And it's interesting because we're also the largest volume manufacturer in our industry. Usually when you see custom, you think low volume, you know, very detailed. We're a little bit of both. We do a lot of volume and a lot of customization.
The only thing similar to this that I've ever seen is at the bus companies
Yeah,
in Nashville,
same concept.
where it's an empty hole inside of it, and then
Depending on your configuration.
yeah,
and
what you then that's when the customized part comes.
It's very.
But this is what I've
It's a very good example.
like shark
This would be a
fish,
bay boat.
a shark fish though.
That's cool.
We actually rig the motor too, which is not that common in our industry. So we rig
Jeez.
6,000 motors a year. Look at those guys. And they're being taken out of a crate, run in on this overhead hoist. And then we've got certified riggers rigging each one, putting the right prop on it, getting it set up.
So it's amazing the folks that are, you got mechanics,
Yeah.
electricians, engineers,
Painters, yep.
painters,
Yeah,
designers.
even there, that's our wiring shop. Everything you see under that lid area to the side. And if you had a 1988 model Ranger and you left it out all winter and the rats chewed through the wiring, you call our parts department, you give them your serial number, and we'll build you a wiring harness for it. Nobody else can do that because they farmed it out to someone else back when the boat was built originally.
You know, I didn't think about all the different specific details. You'd think this place would do one part and then you may ship it off
Yeah.
somewhere else or send a motor in hanging on. You do it here, man.
Yep. It's our most popular bass boat. 521C. Big rear deck, huge front deck.
Yeah.
Okay. You can get it in single or dual console. This one happens to be a single. I would recommend a dual in a boat this length because it gives you protection for your passenger and just another room to put things. What I was going to mention on the water sports is we make a ski tow that goes in there, protrudes up above the motor, the hook to if you're going to water
And it's
ski.
got the ladder.
Too. It's got a boarding ladder. We make a rear deck cushion that match the vinyl of the seats, so they would match those seats in this case that are about 2 inches thick. So if you wanted to lay out, you could do that. They snap into place, so you can take them off, put them in the garage. So if it's you and your buddy going fishing, you wouldn't want them. But if it's, you know, you guys are just going to go have a good time on the lake, you might very well want to put them back on.
So how many people do you put on in there?
You're going to haul 3 people, probably I mean, you can haul more than that, but to fish out it, they're really designed to fish with 3 people.
Right.
Like you did yesterday. We make a full bench seat, so you'd have a 3rd row seat or a 3rd seat. But yeah, this is a tournament bass boat. Make no mistake about it. Now loading it and unloading it will be the easiest boat you've ever had because these fenders, see how they come up the side of the boat? You back the boat into the water, and the water hits right there, a 5-year-old boy can load it. Because the way that we design our bunks, it just lines up and you run it up the trailer. One of the reasons is the boat's big and long, so it tracks. You don't think about this, but a jet ski is so much harder to load than a bass boat. Number one, it doesn't have a skeg in the water. It's a jet, and it's a little short thing, like it driving a Jeep 80 mile an hour. It just
What
wiggles
I'm
around.
used to is pulling the rope out as long as it'll go, hooking it up while it's floating, and then cranking it all the way in, shifting it around
This one,
where you can drive it in.
you idle up there, put it in neutral, the boat finds the bunks, you give it a little bit of gas, it runs up and hits the bow stop, pull it out.
Hey, Ro,
That's, I think, what Keith wanted.
you like that brown
Yeah.
and black? I kind of love that.
Well, I was gonna try to find secret well. Welcome to Rainbow Boats today.
Thanks, man.
This is a chrome, solid chrome.
Oh, beautiful. We're going to put it on the bus.
Let's do it.
That's
We
awesome.
roll down the road, and I'll put one on my truck.
All right, thanks. Thanks for coming.
Rain job.
All right.
No.
Sounded good?
Get it.
Get it. Yes, sir.